times it's just like asking like, hey, did you want to go with that? Like just ask the same as you do for the order. And then when you're at your phone time at the office, what I did is one thing that Dylan talked about at our team meeting. I put on music and then I just kept dialing and I tried to listen to as little music as possible. And I was listening to one song yesterday for like almost an hour because I just kept dialing. So,
how long is the song?
Yeah, like 4 minutes.
That's great. So just, the only reason I ask that because there's songs that 16-minute songs. So. But I think that's a really hot best practice. I never even heard that before. So I think that's a really cool idea because that's what I want to challenge everyone. I want to challenge everyone that if you're getting a lot of pickups, you should not have to make as many calls. But if you're not getting as many pickups, you should be having double the amount of calls because it's all about that activity. So I really think that's a great best practice. Play that music. Excellent. Excellent note. I'm going to take note of that. That's a really cool one. What about Stephen R.J. Sierra?
I was going to say the same thing. The music really works. I was also listening to some song for an hour. But
hey, you guys know stuff I don't.
Just don't stop calling. Like 5-second rule and just don't stop. Don't get distracted.
No distractions. Yeah, it's easy to get distracted.
Only listen to the chorus.
Yeah, Jules wanted to run out to her car and grab me a peanut butter and jelly or a PB jar, so she didn't have to make calls yesterday. I'll do anything. You want me to get the jar? You want me to run to the store and get more jars? Like I will do anything you ask me to do instead of making phone calls right now. I'll clean the bathroom if you need the bathroom, right? Maybe not. Maybe there's a boundary there. But the bottom line is you're right. It's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to do anything but the one thing that we need to get done. But I like what Steven's saying. Just rip off the Band-Aid,
First one's hard.
That
First one is your warm-up. I feel like I'm trying to get my first pickup and I
just go. I like that. Sierra, RJ?
So I use Josh's approach for my friends' moms.
Ooh.
So that's what I did in the morning during phone time because I can't call. It's way too early over there. But I messaged all my friends and I use that approach. And then later on in the day, I do get more numbers coming in, and that's actually who I've been calling these parents here. Most of them said, yeah, I didn't get a lot of phone calls. I did 25 last night.
25 calls, but booked up 8 appointments.
So booked up 8 appointments. So, yeah.
I will take that every day. That is resourcefulness. If you guys, by the way, if you didn't catch that best practice from Josh yesterday, he sent the text on our SC1 Alliance group where he just forwarded that text on it to his Instagram and copy and paste and send it out to some of his Instagram friends.
Mike, it's muted.
Small actions daily. Small actions daily. It's sad. That's it. It's pretty sad. Small actions daily. That's it. And what's a small action daily you could easily do? Copy and paste and send that to 10 people a day. If I'm in this room and I have 400 friends on social media between Insta, Snap, and Facebook, you might even have more than that. But if I have 400, if I send 10 a day, you should be sending 70 a week. At least. And in the next month, by the time July rolls around, you probably go through a good majority of them. I'm just saying. It's just a thought. It's a simple thought. If you need it. If I'm sitting here, if Chelsea's sitting over here, she's like, Mike, I have 400 and 692 recommendations. I have a lot of people I can call. Then you don't need to do that. But if I'm sitting here making 94 phone calls to book up 2 appointments. That's silly. That's a great best practice. 25 calls, 8 appointments. Yeah, duh. I would definitely do that. And they're all HM3 quality because they have a kid that's your age. You're not guessing. I hope this person is an HM3. No, you don't have to worry about it. They have a kid that's your age. You know they're an HM3. You know you're not going to get someone who's too old or too young. They're going to be a perfect age as your parents. And most of your parents got a set. So it's like, duh. That's definitely who you want to do an appointment with. You guys got that? I think that's a great best practice. So we'll finish with RJ, and then we'll transition into a Hollywood lesson.
Well, obviously, keep calling. Like, call the list. Don't think like, oh, I know that person. They're probably not going to want to get anything, and then just skip over them and take like a minute and a half to just waste on thinking whether or not you should call. Just call straight down the list. They say no. They say no. That's like the worst I could say. And also, like it's a push week. Top 30 lists are awesome for like non-push weeks, but more than likely you have more than 30 racks. So you have like a computer or something like that. Just go onto Google Sheets. It's free. Just have a Google account and put every single rec into there. It takes like if you have like 100, it takes like 30, 45 minutes. About that time for 100 recs, and it's just so much easier to have it all laid out in one file. You just call straight down, boom, 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 boom. And if you only have like 30 names, then you're thinking, then like if you bring 30 names to a 2-hour phone jam, and the challenge is to make 30 calls in an hour, what are you gonna do after that 30 calls? Call the same people that didn't pick up? Why not have 150 people just written down that you can just keep calling them? Even if they may not be the best prospects, you still call them, and they're still on your list. They're still recs.
Yeah. I love that. And you could always do what Mason did, which is pay his little sister to do the spreadsheet for you. So if you don't like updating your own spreadsheet, I mean, you paid her maybe $30 and, she updated the whole spreadsheet for you. Apparently Jesse likes doing spreadsheets too. So you could just hire him, he can do that for you too. But I think it's important. I think it's important what RG's saying is to be organized. And I think if you're not updating it at the end of each day, you definitely need to do it at the end of each week because now that you're doing more appointments, you're creating more recommendations. Some of you guys look at, RJ completed 8 appointments since Monday. How many recommendations have you got from those 8?
Like 60.
So you now have 60 new recommendations. So if you wait till the end of the week, now you got to sit there and update, 100 plus people. And if you're, by the way, not generating 100 new recommendations per week, then I think we should probably talk a little bit because if you're doing 7 appointments a week, right, 10 appointments a week, 12, somewhere in that range, you should be creating at least 50 to 100 new recommendations each week. So if you don't do it at the end of the day, I would definitely do it at the end of the week. If you don't do it at the end of this week, I think you're going to position yourself for a rough Sunday. My challenge for each of you, and I'm going to throw it a contest, I'll announce it tomorrow, is becoming part of what is called Century Club. Anybody know what Century Club is?
100 calls on the day.
100 calls on the day. So I'm going to challenge some people to make 100 calls on Sunday. And it's not even a matter of how many appointments you book. It's more about proving to you what 100 calls in one sitting feels like. And you can take a little bit of a break in between or whatnot, but how long does it take if you can make 20 calls, 25 calls in an hour, even 30 calls in an hour? It's maybe 3-4 hours of calling, depending on how efficient you are. But 3 or 4 hours of calling versus the 2 hours of calling on a Wednesday with breaks, you're probably really only calling like maybe an hour and 40 minutes on a Wednesday. But if you get a chance to feel what that feels like now, come July, especially with what I was talking about yesterday, I mean, we level up. Chelsea knows this. Trey knows this. I mean, we have people making 200 calls on a Sunday on July. But then they sell, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Zach Schachter, $8,500 in a week. Don't feel too bad that they sat down and made 200 calls on a Sunday, right? But what's nice is you become what I call a phone warrior. When you make 200 calls on a Sunday, you never care about making phone calls again. I love Josh's mentality of like, I'll just make calls. Why? Because he does it every day. It's ritual. It's routine. It's habitual now. So that's good. Nice. Okay. So, excellent. So to debrief some of those best practices, I wrote down in my journal a couple things. Music on the phone, the 5-second rule in between. I like the Josh's friend's mom text, and I also like the spreadsheet. So I would say if I'm you in this room, I would have at least those things written down, if anything else, just to position yourself for some success. So Great best practices. Thank you for that. So let's go ahead and transition. I have a Hollywood lesson. I'm gonna call full circle. I'll play the Hollywood lesson. I'll ask you guys what your light bulbs are from the Hollywood lesson. It's really funny. It's actually one of my favorite movies. And then we'll give you a couple of scenarios. Then we are going to I'll do my little exercise here. I have a couple of videos, and then we'll phone jam. Cool. So we're going to do a little bit of a later phone jam this morning, probably closer to like the 9 o'clock hour, just because we've been doing it kind of like 8. We did an 8, we did an 8:15, we did an 8:40. Now I'm thinking like a 9 o'clock. Try to catch some of those daytime people. Might be just another time that you might be able to try some people. So here's a Hollywood lesson for the day. Let's see what you could draw out of this Hollywood lesson. You may or may not have seen this movie, which I draw out the Hollywood lesson.
You're gonna need a blanket and suntan lotion, because you're never gonna get off that beach. Just the way you never got into the NHL. Jackass. Breathe that way. Sure. You will not make this putt, you jackass. Nice shooting, soldier. All right, Happy. Nice and easy. That was not nice and easy. That guy's driving me crazy. You know what's driving me crazy? You not getting the ball in the hole. Don't push me, Bob. Now's not the time. Jackass! This guy sucks.
We haven't seen Happy Gilmore play this badly since his first day on tour. He and Bob Barker are now dead last.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar. You better relax, Bob. There is no way that you could have been as bad at hockey as you are at golf. All right, let's go. You like that, old man? You want a piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want
the whole thing.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby. The price is wrong, bitch. I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
So what's the Hollywood lesson here? I there's a whole purpose of obviously why I chose that clip, but what's the Hollywood lesson?
Don't listen to other people's discouragement. I guess.
That's it. That's the lesson. Think about how much other people's opinions, other opinions can weigh on you, right? If you allow them to, where it could affect your performance, but also then you take it out on other people, right? And it's I'm gonna do a little exercise with it today, so it'll be good. All right, let's do our scenario for the day. All right, I'll do two. I'm gonna do two that have to do with an ultimate set. So we're gonna do an easy one first. Easy one. They're both pretty easy in my opinion. Let's see. Which one should I do first? Let me think. Which one's easier for you guys? Yeah, let's do that one. All right, so I'm going to do I already own Cutco first. All right, I already own a Homemaker set. And
Is this +8?
yeah, I own a Homemaker +8. And I'd like to, I'm considering upgrading to this Ultimate set. And I want 4 steak knives. So that would be, I have my 8 table knives. I like the 4 steak knives. So I want to upgrade to the Ultimate with steak knives, just, you know, the 4 extras. And, yeah, I'll just keep it at that. I'll keep it at that for right now. Cool. But what I want you to do when you do this upgrade deal, when you present it to me, so I want you to present this upgrade deal. You're going to do it to your partner first, and then I'll have 1 or 2 of you do it for me. When you do this deal, I want you, because I'm on the fence about the Ultimate. Like, I'm like, maybe. I'm like considering it. I'm interested in it. I'm flirting with it. So when you present it to me, I also want you to take into consideration some of the reasons why it could be a really good idea for me to upgrade to the Ultimate. Said differently, why would I upgrade to the iPhone X when I already have an iPhone 7? You know, I already have a pretty good iPhone, but why would I upgrade to the new iPhone X if I already have an iPhone 7? Like, essentially use some of that reasoning to help me feel comfortable doing the upgrade. Cool? I'll give you guys 3 minutes to come up with your deal, and then I'll have you partner up and present it to a partner, and then we'll do it as a, I'll have 1 or 2 of you do it as a group. So go ahead, 3 minutes, and go. All right. So who besides Trey would like to give it a shot to present this upgrade? All right. So no one wants to give it a shot, but RJ will give it a whirl. We'll do it.
All right. So, Ms. Jones, I know you like the Ultimate set, and so I'll go into this. So, if you were to get the Ultimate set piece by piece over time, it would be $35.35 or $756 per month for 5 months. And that also, like I said before, includes tax. But you are eligible for an upgrade because you have the Homemaker already. So I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Jones' super epic deal today. So what I did was I did a $35.35 minus the price of your Homemaker. That's $22.62, right? And because I like you, and because we're in the biggest push of the year, or the biggest contest of the year so far, I'm actually going to be able to take off 20% from your order and bring that down to just $18.09, which over the 5 months would be only $387. So about the price to a nice trip to Costco, and that would be $387 in May, June, July, August, and then one last one in September. And that actually ends up saving you $13.62 from just buying it piece by piece over time. So is that something you wanted to get today?
Cool. Good. What did RJ do a good job with?
Definitely eligible for an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Making them feel special about the discount.
Mm-hmm.
The eligible thing is huge, though.
Yep. Trip to Costco when you talk about the price point. Good. Good. So 2 things. Number 1, I like that you're doing that, but on your appointment, I like the folding of the
I do
paper.
fold it, I just can't.
Cool. And that way you unveil the price to them. Cool. So I like that. That would be one simple one. The one thing that RG didn't do that I asked you guys to do, what was that one thing? Make me feel like I want to do the upgrade to the iPhone X. That's the one thing. Because when you're going to upgrade someone and you're going to help them feel confident and comfortable, here's what's going to happen. If you just focus on prices and numbers, there's a high likelihood you're only speaking to the logical part of their brain, and that's not enough value for them to buy. So you want to build enough value where the price doesn't matter.
So that we're going for each individual knife that you will be getting with the Ultimate comes in, or how do you?
Maybe. When Taylor did you have a sales guy work with you on the iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay.
He showed me literally everything in the store. I was like, I'm just trying to get up.
Yeah. And that's a good example right there. It's like, listen, dude, you're almost like losing the sale. You're talking too much. You feel me? So if you have an iPhone X, if you already have an iPhone 7 and you're getting an iPhone X, they don't need to know every single feature that's in an iPhone X. Probably just a couple of key features that add the most value to the customer. So what are a couple key features that can add the most value to the customer about an Ultimate versus a Homemaker? And I want you to think not necessarily in what it comes with. I want you to think about what feelings it brings your customer by having those features. Trey, what comes to mind?
Oh, the features. They get the Cleaver, the home defense system. No, so when everybody sees
Okay, go ahead.
when everybody sees it on your counters, they're gonna be like, "Damn, Miss Jones."
So they're gonna get. So let's make this list. Let's make the list of all the reasons on why someone would be fired up to upgrade or own, just not even upgrade, just own an Ultimate set. It looks hot. It looks sexy on the countertop. It's jewelry for the kitchen.
You'll have everything that you need, and you'll have one place for all of it.
You'll have everything you need, and it'll all be in one place. Hence convenience, right? No FOMO here.
You'll have duplicates if you're cooking with friends or family. And you don't have to wash dishes as often. Because you have more knives and some kind of have similar functions. So like if you have a 7-inch Santoku and a petite chef, like if you don't feel like washing dishes like the day prior, you just take out the other plate. So like, you know what I mean?
Wait.
So what's the so we said it's sexy. You got the duplicates. You got less times you have to worry about washing washing dishes, as far as like specifically having enough table knives and steak knives, but also chopping knives. It's also enough when company comes over. Can I help you knives? Can I help you items? Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. He already feels bad. We don't have to make him feel worse than he does.
And it helps out a ton towards
Says me.
Josh here on time.
All of those are good. So if they have the Homemaker, then they would have the petite chef, but the Ultimate doesn't have the petite chef. It has the French chef and Santoku. French chef. So then what would we do?
No, nothing.
Just instead of the Santoku, put in the
No, put the Santoku. They just have the petite chef.
so they just have an extra.
Yeah. No, it'd be the same thing. It's just the petite. It doesn't come with the French chef. They just keep their petite chef.
Oh, so then instead of the French, just keep the petite.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you have a different.
And sometimes I don't even know if that's accurate. Honestly, I don't even know which chef knife comes in the Ultimate anymore. I don't even know if it's the French or the petite. They've changed it in the last 5 years. They've changed it at least 5 times. So I
Just
don't.
the chef knife.
Yeah, like I don't even know which one it is at this point, honestly. And that's why I don't like to go through like technicalities of like this is exactly what it comes with, because honestly, that's not what sells it. That's not what sells it. Okay. Can I any other additional thoughts from the room on the features, not necessarily the specifics, but the features of the Ultimate set?
You complete your, well, no, you don't complete your knife collection. So yeah, you got to the block.
All right. So let me go ahead and do a couple things for you guys, okay? And then
Did you say that, like, because I remember in one of the trainings a while back, someone
someone have a blue book? Can I use a blue book right there, do
it was like
Thank
if
you.
you show up to someone's house and they have an Ultimate set, you just call, like you said, they're a preferred customer. You said they would become a preferred customer, which would make them eligible for better deals in the future. Could you say that, or would that be not as much?
Damn. No, that's
Is this your blue book? Oh, okay. No, it's okay. You had
That'd be something to add.
the signature and the Ultimate flip. but it's okay. I'm just gonna flip it back
You
for this.
unlock
All right. So everyone, let me just show you. I'm gonna just kind of talk. You guys can draw out whatever you can draw out. Then we'll debrief, and then we'll do another scenario. Okay. So, if I was just to do real time live talk, okay, Miss Jones. I know during our appointment today, you said you might consider upgrading to the Ultimate. So I worked out some prices for you, okay? And by the way, if you do decide to upgrade from the Homemaker to the Ultimate set, I think it'd be a really great decision for you. And here's why, just to remind you. Number one, you're gonna have everything all in the same place. I think that's really beneficial for you and your family. Number two, it is sexy. I know it looks like a microwave in the picture, right? But it's really only the size of a sheet of paper. And you put a sheet of paper down on the countertop, but when you put it on the countertop, it really fills the space. And you have a beautiful kitchen, it will fill the space. It will look absolutely gorgeous. Other benefit of having this, Miss Jones, is you're going to have just a few extra tools. For example, on your Homemaker set, you ever feel like that long slicer is just a little too long, especially if you want to cut a bagel? So the set's going to bring you a smaller one, which is really nice. And that paring knife, you ever feel like that paring knife is just a little too small? The complete set's going to bring you just a larger one. And it just has a couple extra items that are going to make life a little bit easier for you. Like, for example, you ever want to chop and slice all at the same time, like maybe something like a butternut squash or something, like you want to slice and chop it at the same time? Well, the Ultimate brings a hardy slicer. You get a couple extra tools that are just going to make cooking that much more enjoyable for you. When you have them, you need them, and it's really convenient. What's also nice, Miss Jones, here's what I'll tell you. It's more than you're used to, but it's not more than you would use. So it's more than you're used to, but it's not more than you would use. And once you have this, it almost becomes a game and fun when you're in the kitchen, just trying to figure out which new recipes you can do because you have the tools to cook with. So I just want to help you bring that spice into the kitchen. I want to help you have the best of the best. And this is the sexiest, biggest, baddest set of knives in the world. So I worked out a really great deal for you. So if you wanted to go ahead and upgrade to this set right here, if you do a piece by piece by piece over time, you're looking at this full set is $35.35. Now to give you an idea, Miss Jones, that's the same price as the Homemaker set at Wusthof. Okay, so it's the same price as the Wusthof set at the Homemaker size set at Wusthof. So it's a really good deal if you do a piece by piece over time. But since you already own your Homemaker set, that's $12.73. Your difference is $22.62 plus tax. But we have an upgrade special. You're eligible to upgrade from your Homemaker to the Ultimate set at a very ridiculously low price. So what we could do is we could drop your price by $495. $495 today. That would break it down to this price here. Your monthly payment is going to be under $400, and it'll be under $400 today. Be then the same in July, August, September, and the last one's all the way in October, and then you're done. You have your full kitchen for less than it would cost you as a trip to Costco, and you never have to worry about knives again, and you have your full upgrade. So what do you think, Ms. Jones? Did you want to go in and do that upgrade today? Take her for a test drive. Make sure you love it.
Sure thing.
With that being said, what are some things that draw out at you? I haven't done this in a while, but maybe there's one or two phrases or things that jump out at you. The price comparison.
Bring that back.
Excellent.
And that it's more than you're used to, but it's not more than you use.
You know where I got that phrase? A Dodge commercial. It was a Dodge pickup truck commercial. I was like, oh, damn. That's a great phrase. I'm used to that.
And it also unlocks new recipes for you to try out in the kitchen.
Good. And like I said, I'm just going to kind of talk, so I don't know what was going to come out of my mouth. I'm glad you got a couple of value nuggets there, which is good. Anything else as far as the process goes of what I was talking about, like selling the iPhone X before besides just presenting the price?
So you said you had over $490 in savings. Where'd you get that extra?
That's a good. I was hoping someone would ask. The reason why I put $495 and I didn't do the typical 20%. Good morning. The reason why I didn't do the typical 20% is because they're not fully getting the extra 8 steak knives because they already have 8 table knives. So I threw more than 20% off, and like I wanted to make a number. This is a very interesting question. I wanted to make a number that sounds appealing. Thank you, Taylor. $495 just sounds like a good number. That's why I picked it. It just sounds like a dope number. We'll go with that. There was zero rhyme or reason behind $495 other than it sounded like a good number.
So,
Why did I do that? Because I know it's going to be less. I know it's going to be a lot less because they're upgrading to 12 steak knives, but they're not. They're really only getting 4 steak knives. So I'm going to add that into the savings to make it just look a lot better. That's why I didn't want to do 20% because realistically, it's probably going to be closer to 25 or even 30%. But I'll show you that here in just a moment.
So what do you have your monthly payments then?
That's why I put. That's why I put. If you notice, I just said it'll be about $400. That's why I did. I never put exact numbers when I do upgrades because I don't know what exactly it's going to be. So I'll put like 387, and then when I or like 392, or right around 400. Why? Because when I do the math, I'm going to get as close to that number as possible, but it's not going to be exact. So instead of it being 487, if it's 486, it's not like whoa. You said it was going to be 487 and 92 cents. It's 486. That's an extra $5. Right? You know what I mean? I don't want to bind myself to exact numbers. Customers, you don't want to lose a sale over nickels and dimes or even dollars. So that's my philosophy there.
So stay broad.
I would. Yeah. When presenting those monthlies, for sure. Specifically upgrades, definitely. And then if they ask you what's the exact amount, it's like, let me do the calculation for you. While I do the exact calculation, there's one more very, very important part, and here's where you can really help me out. Say I get paid every time I show cut go, and I can only call people I'm personally recommended to. So while I'm working out that calculation, what I need you to do while I'm just doing that is jot down, I don't know, 200 to 300 people. I'm just kidding. Just 10 to 20 that might be nice enough to help me out. Not necessarily looking for people who would buy, just people nice like you to take a look. And the way that sponsorship works, I told you about in the beginning, is for every 50 sponsors I get, the company gives me $150 in free Cutco that I could use to add product to my samples or use it and sell it for cash and buy books and school supplies. And all you have to do to be a sponsor is just get to this first level at 10, and you get to 20, you become a double sponsor and count twice towards a sponsorship. So Ms. Jones, here's a pen. And your sheet of paper. Actually, let me give you 2 sheets just because it might take me a little extra time to calculate those numbers. Put down as many as you can. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And by the way, the more names you have on that sheet, the lower the price will be on this sheet. I'm just kidding, Ms. Jones. So not really. Please write down as many as you can. All right, I'll be with you in just a moment. That's what it looks like. If they needed to know the exact number.
And then you just do it in the row.
Oh yeah, that's what I have up for you to see on what I'm doing while I'm working out those numbers. Any questions, comments, light bulbs before I transition? You guys are all ready to upgrade to Ultimates? Hell yeah. All right. So let me direct your attention to the screen. I always get the question, since I have a large group today, which it's not even my birthday, but it feels like my birthday, by the way. So fired up to be in this room right now. This is a good looking group. All right. So what I did is I went and put everything that, and I might have missed something. Hopefully I didn't. All I did is I pulled up the price list here, went to the specialty knives that are not in the homemaker, the ultimate block, and the individual cutting board, and the super shears. And I put them all individually in Rollo. I don't think I missed anything. I think that's pretty accurate because they already get a sharpener with the homemaker, right? So that retail price, the product total is $19.44. If everything is piece by piece, out. But we told them we were going to do it for about what? What was the price, RJ? $18.09. So what I got to do is I got to get this number down to as close to $18.09 as possible because that was the price I gave them. You can see how that works?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. That's now it becomes a game. So what's the difference? 1944 minus 1809. What's that number? Now, could I do a better deal than 135 off? Absolutely.
But you don't have to.
I don't have to. I don't have to if you do this the right way. So we need to get to 135. So I could easily just click the Santoku knife and I'm done. However, I might want to play the game and just see. 135, 135. So we got a 99 here.
Do the traditional cheese and the poly prep.
Yeah.
This one and this one.
Yeah, and we'll see what that does.
That gets to what did we say? 18 what? 1809. So nope, we're over.
Do the-
Oh, maybe both cutting boards. What did that get to? Oh, nope. Now we're under. It becomes a game. Over, under, right?
The
Would you do
shears.
the boning knife and then that cutting the poly?
Oh, the
Cut board.
shears and the.
So boning knife and this.
Oh,
1813. So we're a little over. And then you play the game. That's 1556 CPO. 1556 CPO versus 1556 versus 1548. So it's like a 12 CPO different. That's where you start getting into that game of like, do I want to give that extra? I want to give that extra. Right? That's essentially what happens. And then that's essentially what you're doing. And now you enter it into Rolo. So then if we said 1809 was the number. Okay.
Really good at this.
But you did.
Extra deal.
But you did 1809. Did you add the 12 to the 1809 plus times the 1.07 when you present that monthly price?
Yeah.
That's the key. So the 12 is the admin fee, which is $3 per month, right? It's just like an admin fee, the withdrawal fee. So it'd be $12.
Right, like per month past the first one.
Yeah. So it's $3 for the next 4 months. So that's where the 12 comes from. So whenever you work out quick math, you add 12, multiply by 1.07, get a total number, and then divide by 5. That's what your coaches do for you. That's where you get, and then you divide that by 5, and that's how you get that monthly payment. If you don't do that quick math, then you're losing out. It might hurt you a little bit. So if you forget what I just said, then just call your coach still. But just add 12 and then do 1.5. So that's how you work out the deal. Question on how to enter that into Rolo.
Does the admin?
Josh?
It's not a question about entering on.
Ben, hold on the question. What's
Does
your
the
question?
admin fee get taxed?
Yeah.
Okay, so then yeah.
Yeah, so you do plus 12 and then times 1.07. Any questions on the Rolo or what I already went over before we transition? Okay.
It's kind of what you went over. I remember the other day you were saying, talking about like adding the like additional tax on everything. You're saying like you don't. I thought you said something about not adding like the tax before because the extra like $20 or whatever and aren't really gonna make the difference. I was just kind of confused why you're like,
When I present the price on this sheet of paper, so it was like I just did quick math, 1858, okay? Then I put plus tax on my sheet of paper. So I do 1858 plus 12 equals, and then times 1.07 equals, and then divide that number by 5. So that way, the only number what's the only number my customer cares about?
Price per month.
How much is it today? That's it. That's all they care about. How do we know that to be true? Because the infomercial business is a $1 billion industry. And what do they advertise? Do they advertise $100? Never. What do they advertise? Easy installments, $19.99 for 5 months. That's it. You will never hear an infomercial say the full price. Why? Because people care how much it costs me later. They can't ask me how much does it cost me today. That's all you care about. The 5 pay is all they care about. But the reason why you got to do the plus 12 times 1.07 to get that monthly payment, because when I enter in a Rolo like this to figure out that deal, for me to get as close to accurate to that monthly payment, I need to get it accurate to the line 1. If I'm confusing you on the numbers, that is not what I'm here to accomplish today. I'm not here to teach you math. I'm not here to teach you CPO. I'm here to teach you how to upgrade to ultimate sets. All that other stuff, call your coach. Until you're a coach, right? You don't have to worry about all this. Call them. They'll do this. My assistants, they know how to do this. I've been doing this with them for a while. Cool? Lots of champions clubs. And once you feel good, then we'll talk about you coaching. Cool? Good? All right. What I want to do is I want to do one more, but this time it's going to be a different scenario. And then I'll transition. So this is a different scenario, but similar scenario. This one is I'm a new customer. You ask me if I want to buy a hole maker. I say yes, but I ask you to tell me a little bit about that ultimate set. And now I want you to present to me the ultimate set as if I'm a new customer seeing it for the first time. Similar, but different. Cool? So to recap the scenario, you did your normal close. I said, do you want to go and buy that homemaker set today? You said, I'm curious. Show me a little bit about that ultimate set. Boom. Game on. That's the scenario. And go. You guys have, I'll give you the rest of this song. So it's 2 minutes and 33 seconds. If you want to flip that back, that's fine. I'm sorry I got to do that. We'll say ultimate with table knives. Ultimate with table knives, by the way. Yeah, we'll do ultimate with table. My bad. Bum, 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 bum. 30 seconds. It's not too much writing. It's more of like, how am I going to present this? This is where you're going to want your blue books. All right. So what I'll do is I'll have one person do it for me. Okay. Then I will do it, and then I'll have you guys role play. So that way we could at least make sure you guys are practicing it the right way versus like, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. Who thinks they do have an idea of like, okay, if this scenario happens, I feel pretty comfortable. I feel pretty confident, fairly confident on how I would go from this sheet of paper where I said, you want to put the $275 down for a homemaker today and get your kitchen shears for free, your super shears for free. And they're like, show me that ultimate set. And then going from here and then transitioning into an ultimate. Who feels like they could at least give it a shot? Mason, do you feel like you got it?
I don't know. I'd like to see it first. Is that okay? I'd like to see one of you guys do it first.
Yeah, I'd like to see you because all I see is a little round albino guy with no eyebrows. Yeah, I want to see that smolder.
You want to see how you present up to the altar. Hello, can you hear me?
All right, cool. I didn't know if you were there still, so that's why I called you out. Who wants to give it a shot?
No.
I'll give someone else a chance besides Stray. You're already like 35 grade. 49. My bad. Come on. Chelsea Hage. All right. Thank you for volunteering. Appreciate that. Cool. Let's see what you got.
Um,
Take the wheel. All right.
so this ultimate set pretty much comes with all the basic tools in the homemaker. It also comes with the customer favorites such as like, sorry, let me start over. Okay. So this ultimate set comes with like all of the basic homemaker tools plus the extra like favorites, and then it also comes with all the extra like meat tools and all that kind of stuff. You'll never like it's a little bit more knives than you're comfortable with, but you'll always have the knife for the right job, and you'll never have to worry about not having the knife that you need in the kitchen. So this ultimate set is about $285. I mean $28.29. And that will only be $565 today, and for June, July, August, and September, and then you are done and you never have to buy knives again. And that is only $290 more a month than the homemaker set. So is this something that you would like to do today?
Cool. Appreciate you letting me call you on it, because that was actually, you did something that not everyone does, because I haven't taught it in a while. Can I see your blue book again? Thank you. All right. All right. So that was good. So check it out. So Ms. Jones, and again, I'm not saying this is the law. This is what you need to do. I'm just saying this is if I were with the customer right now, this is what I would do. Okay. So Ms. Jones, did you want to go and buy the homemaker set today? It's only $275, and you'll be done. You never need knives again. It'll give you the super shares for free.
Yeah, but can you tell me a little bit more about the ultimate?
100%. This is your complete set. This is the sexiest set of kitchen knives in the world. It's the biggest and baddest set. And I'll tell you, if you were considering going with this, you will not regret it. It is amazing. So let me just show you what it looks like, okay? So this is what it looks like. And it's everything the homemaker has. So it's everything the homemaker has. Plus it comes with a few extra tools to make cooking that much more fun in the kitchen. So it's so this is what comes in the homemaker set right here. So this is your homemaker set. So it's everything the homemaker has, plus just a few extra tools to make cooking that much more enjoyable. Okay? So you get the full set, you get the entire homemaker, plus you're getting a few extra tools. For example, sometimes customers find that small paring knife to be just a little too small, so you get a larger one. And sometimes they find that large bread knife to be a little too large, so you get a smaller one. You get a couple extra tools. You get a cheese knife, which is the holy knife. You can only use it on Sundays. All right. But this one is awesome. It's super sharp. You get a boning knife for making your butterfly and your meats. And bottom line, Ms. Jones, is it's more than you're used to as far as kitchen knives go, but it's not more than you would use. You have these, I promise you, you and your husband will find a way to use the extra tools. And here's the best part. It comes with 12 table knives, or you could get the 12 steak knives, which are not an option with the homemaker. A lot of our customers love the steak knives because it's a little bit larger. It gives you the feel of a big steak knife, and they're new. They just came out a couple years ago. If you were considering the upgrade, do you think you would go with the steak knives? Or do you think you just stick with the table knives? What do you think?
My husband's a glamour guy. I think I'll go with the steaks.
I'll tell you, I don't disagree.
No, I'm just kidding. He would kill me. I'll get the table.
Maybe the table knife. Okay. Maybe just the table knives. But I will tell you, either way, and what's nice is you could always upgrade later. The block will hold either of them. So here's what I'll tell you. It also includes your super shears. Ready? So instead of me having to give you the super shears for free, it already comes in the set. So if you wanted to do this transition and upgrade from the homemaker to the ultimate, okay, the entire complete set, to give you an idea, at Wusthof, if you wanted to go through Wusthof, the entire complete set is over $8,000. Going to give you an idea. Our ultimate set is less than Wustof's homemaker set. You ready, Ms. Jones? It's like we're giving it away. The entire complete set, it brings it, instead of $1,273, it's going to bring it up to $2,629. That's it. Here's the best part. Your monthly installment on that is only $518. Is that right? 518? 555? 559? 555. So it brings it up to 555, but here's the best part. If you do it today on my first visit, instead of you already get the super shears in the set, I give you a $500 shopping spree of anything you want in the back of the book to take care of all of your holiday shopping for Father's Day, Christmas, anniversaries, birthdays, or for yourself, and you complete your kitchen. So I give you a $500 gift certificate, essentially, to anything you want in the back of the book by just going from the homemaker to the ultimate. And you get everything you want, and it's only $555 today. So 2 grocery bills this month versus 1. So what do you think, Ms. Jones? What do you think you would pick out for your shopping spree in the back of the book for up to $500?
I'll get all of it.
Can I get the
Well, I'll look up some prices for you to see, what that ends up being. But you can probably use the 500 towards that for sure. Okay, cool. So let's debrief, and then we'll have a role play, and then I'll kind of wrap up that section. Then we'll make some phone calls. So what came out of that for us? So let's talk. I don't know what you don't know, and I don't know what you do know. Like, I know what I teach in training, but a lot of you guys watch those extra videos like Josh was talking about on YouTube, and like learning all these best practices from all these videos out there. So I don't know what other practices you've watched and learned, but that's something that maybe gives a little bit of clarity of something I might do. So let's talk and then role play. So we'll go Chelsea. Who else has a light bulb feedback? We'll go Chelsea, Steven. Steven, this is for you. Is this helpful? Yeah. Okay, good. So Chelsea, Steven, and then who else? So we'll start there.
The Woodstock complete set's $8,000.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, it is. Good. What else?
Biggest, baddest, sexiest set, really like
Building up how awesome
just
it
like
is.
the feeling of having it.
Yeah, build up the feeling of having it, right? Steven.
like it was intentional when you opened that part right there, you closed off the homemaker side.
What do you guys think? Was that intentional?
Yes.
100% intentional.
It's kind of like overwhelming when you like
You have
unfold the whole thing, which is what like I kind of noticed when I showed it because I didn't realize like you could just kind of flip over that.
So it's like this is the ultimate. So you get everything the homemaker has plus these extra tools. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that was what Chelsea did. That's what I said. It was a small little thing. So we'll go Chelsea and then over to Josh.
The $500 shopping spree, and then asking them what they think they would use that for.
Yep. So you get that small, easy yes before you get the big yes. So it's like get their free stuff that they want to buy or they want to add on and then say, cool, did you want me to go ahead and enter that in for you? So it's an easy, soft close. Good. Here's a kicker. I got to give them a reason on why they would want to upgrade. Yes, it's the biggest bag of sexy set, but I got to give them a reason to do it when. I got to give them a reason to do it when? Right now. If not, they're going to be like, you know what? I'm not sure. I can't decide between the homemaker and ultimate. Let me talk to my husband. Call me back in a week or two. And then you call your coach and say, oh, Mike, oh my gosh, I'm going to sell either a homemaker or an ultimate. One of the two are going to happen. They just are not sure right now. And then what I'm going to say, I'm going to put you on mute. I'm going to be like, freaking no sale, great. Because it's a no sale. Because what happens to the value between that moment and by the time she calls you back next week? Price is too high. Value is too low. You probably don't get a call back. You follow up with her to phone Jim saying, so Ms. Jones, you ready to do that upgrade? Oh, we actually talked about something came up. My husband said blah, 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 and we just can't do it right now. But keep us on your list in the future, and then you play phone tag for the next 2 years until you give up. That's what happens.
Yeah.
If you don't get the sale today, it's a no sale. And I hate to be that blunt, but it's true. I'm not saying don't chase the sale because 1 out of 226, you might get one. But it's a waste of time where you could spend an extra few minutes on that appointment versus an extra few hours later by dropping down slow, selling them off the ultimate, sell them off the homemaker, and sell them on a PB&J galley set. That's easy, yes. That's the tough part about the ultimate is that you guys don't know how to drop down from it. And that's what I would do. That's what I'll do tomorrow. Tomorrow session, I will teach you how to transition out of the ultimate set. So that way you guys don't get that. I'll buy the homemaker or the ultimate set. I'll just do it later. I can't decide today. I'll do that tomorrow morning for you. Any other light bulbs on the unpresented ultimate set? I think Josh, you had one.
I was gonna say basically like the small yeses too. When you like the buy now bonus, you say you ask them like which of the like either the super shears, the kitchen tool set, like the entertainer pack, you do like a small yes, the before also stabilize.
It's almost like assuming the sale too.
Good. Yeah, I assume it worked. I assume they wanted it. Good. Anything else? Cool. So what I'm gonna have you guys do is I'm gonna have a role play. Just that presentation thing, okay? Just that presentation of transitioning from the 275 to the 555 and how to use your blue book. Cool? Any questions? So what we'll do is we'll do here, RJ, you could take Mason again. All right. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll do so Ryan, Jules, Jesse, Chelsea, Bella, Trey, Steven, Sierra. We'll do Josh and Cynthia and Taylor and Trevor. Cool. So try to get through it using your blue book and using a sheet of paper writing out the prices. I'll give you a couple of minutes for this, and then I'm gonna wrap up our session, and we'll all make phone calls. Yeah, phone time. Yeah.
All right, RJ. All right, go first this time. Why don't you go first? All right, fine. All right, so Miss Jones, did you want to do that? You get the Homemaker +8 and get your very own Super Shears today for free. Sure. No, turn it over. All right, awesome. So the Ultimate set. This is our complete set. This is the sexiest set. It looks awesome on a kitchen counter. And with the Ultimate set, it comes with all the pieces in the Homemaker, but it also comes, I'll show you right here, with just a few extra knives. As you look here, it's like about 8 or 10 extra knives in the Homemaker. And with that, and with those extra knives, it is a little bit more than you're going to be used to having in your kitchen. But it's not that you're going to be using every single one of those knives. It's not more than you're going to use, right? And it also actually unlocks like several extra recipes for you to use in the kitchen that you just we wouldn't really be able to do with normal kitchen tools. So if you were to do the Ultimate set, and here's just sort of a little comparison. Wusthof, like I talked about earlier, our competitor, their complete set is actually over $8,000. Our complete set is actually less than their version of our basic set, our Homemaker. So instead of $8,000 for our complete set, the complete set here is only $26.29. Or what I can do is I can do it over 5 months and do it for only $565 per month for 5 months. And with that, you're going to be getting some people, you get the Homemaker, maybe it's a little too, the paring knife is a little too small, so it comes with a bigger one. Maybe the bread slicer, if you're trying to cut a bagel, it's a little too big, so it comes with a smaller one. And it actually comes with the Super Shears that you wanted, that I would have given you for free with the Homemaker. So what I can actually do is I can give you a $500 shopping spree to just basically get whatever you want from the entire back part of our catalog. You see we have the table knives, steak knives, a couple gadgets, and some gardening, sporting tools. So with that $500 shopping spree, what do you think we would want to get from out of here? Just to cover like your Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, wedding gifts. What do you think would be out of here would be your favorites? I think I could get gifts for a couple of my close friends. Maybe some gadgets.
You want to get what gadgets? Which
I
one's your favorite?
I like that entertainment pack.
All right. All right, cool. So you wanted those gift sets with the entertainer pack. Is that something you wanted to do for just basically $565, going from $275 to there? It's about an extra grocery bill, and you never have to worry about buying knives again. And you actually become a preferred customer. So in the future, if there were some new things to come out, I could give you a call and give you a better deal than I could on anybody else. So is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I'll put that in right now.
All right. Thanks, RJ.
All right, go.
All right. So Jones, did you want to go ahead and do the home mix $275 per month and get those super free?
Yeah, but could you tell me a little bit more about that complete set that you guys have?
Yeah, the complete set is just a few extra pieces. You know, you're gonna have everything. It's gonna seem like a lot in the kitchen, but it's not gonna be more than you'd actually use. It's the sexy. The whoosh off version is actually $8,000. So it's super expensive version of whoosh off. But the whoosh homemaker set is more expensive than our complete set. The complete set is $26.29 or $555 per month for 5 months. But Miss Jones, the coolest thing I could do about that is that I can give you like a $500 shopping spree where you can get anything in the back of the book up to $500. So you can get all your gift shopping for the entire year. You want to try out?
All of it. I want 3 gift sets.
Sounds great. I will put that in a credit card. Congratulations, you're gonna love your new customer.
All right, awesome. All right.
But Coat Cowboys for the win.
Wait. Hold on, what was that?
The Cutco Cowboys for the win.
You live? Sorry, I gotta get my phone is gonna die. I gotta put it on the charger. And some. Are you getting any value, Mason?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Good. That's what it's all about. Making sure it's about.
These key phrases and different facts. I didn't know there was a off set that was $8,000. I thought we're the one that made a set that big.
All right. Give your partner a high five. Say great job. All right. So that way I forget. Can I just because I have Mason on here, can I get someone's can I get you guys in a U and post the U up so I can send this to Jeff? This is our largest Champions Club and Alliance that we've had since last summer. So, do you mind? Sure. I got great hands.
I'm a little scared.
Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, let's do this real quick, and then I'll just wrap up this section. You know that for those of you guys that know Jeff, he has that like photo of like large alliances and stuff. All right, can I see everyone? I think so. Perfect. Yeah, I was telling Jules. Yeah, I was telling Jules, and Sierra will appreciate this too, that just a couple of weeks, not even weeks, a week ago maybe, it was just Sierra and I one-on-one, or just Jules and I one-on-one, or one-on-two, and now we have this large group. And in July, our mission is to have 25, 30, maybe even a 35-person morning session. So it's just a great way to start the day. It's great for me to start the day this way. Hopefully you guys are getting some value starting your day this way with learning new things, honing in on your craft, and we'll make some phone calls. You book up an extra 1 or 2 or 3 appointments. It just feels good. So I have a conference call I got to hop on, but I want to come full circle as to why I played that video for you today with Happy Gilmore. So let me direct your attention to the screen. We'll pick up on some ultimate sets tomorrow morning. Like I said, tomorrow I promise you I'll teach you how to transition out of the ultimate because that's the most important part. And here's what I'm also going to ask you. If you don't feel confident in what we just practiced, please don't try to do it on your demos yet. Like really, I highly encourage you to try not to do this on your demos until you feel like comfortable. Or if that scenario arises, don't try to change things up to try to force it in there. Only if that scenario happens, that's when you use this. You have it in your back pocket. You follow? What's the scenario? They ask you about the ultimate. Now you know what to do. Don't just start talking about the ultimate set just because you were like, no, I just learned this new stuff. I got to do because you're not confident yet. And sales is a transfer of emotion. And if your emotion is lack of confidence, said differently, if your emotion is uncertainty, then you're going to give them uncertainty, which makes them uncertain, and then they're not going to buy. Does everyone see? So you always want to lead from power and confidence and transfer that to them to give them certainty, which makes them feel comfortable buying. Cool? So, and what's certainty? Read the damn training manual, write things on paper, pass them the sheet, drop down. That's all you have to do. But you have a scenario in your back pocket. We have another week or two of this. I have a lot more scenarios to give you. So keep showing up. I got more scenarios. But here's why I showed you that video today. It says the secret to motivation. The secret to motivation. So you get inspired. Maybe you leave a morning meeting. Maybe you leave our team meeting. I hate team meetings at night because I inspire you and then you go to bed. Or in Taylor's case, somewhere else, right? So if I inspire you, you want to do something with the inspiration. So what happens is you get this momentary excitement. And one of two things are going to happen. You're either going to do nothing, hence why I don't like Wednesday night team meetings, but I love morning champions clubs like this because you could actually go do something with it. And if you do nothing, like Wednesday night team meeting, you do nothing, you get no results. So that's why team meetings are fantastic only if you come back the next morning, in my opinion. My team meeting is not a success if I don't have you come back on Thursday morning, because now you can't do anything with what you just learned if you stay in bed until 10 o'clock, in my opinion. But however, you get excited and then you do something about it. What does that mean? You take action. Now you take action and then you get a little bit of results. So if any of you guys go take action right now and you make one extra appointment this morning, you created results. And here's what happens with those results. Either you get good results, which creates more excitement. You see? Or if you take what I just taught you, you create an ultimate sale, that gets you good results, which creates more excitement, which gets more action, which creates more results, which gets you either good results and gets more excitement. That's where you want to stay. What happens is if you get bad results, so you get bad results and you're like, oh, I woke up this morning, oh my God, I stayed out late, whatever, and I still didn't get results. Well, that's where you need to make sure that you get coaching and perspective so that way you can get re-inspired. Does everyone see how that works? Because if not, you get stuck in your head and you don't get re-inspired and you don't get it, then nothing happens. This is where you want to stay. The focus is staying here, because here's what happens. You get the bad results like Happy Gilmore. What happens? He didn't get the coaching. What did he get? He got somebody else feeding his mind negativity of, that guy is, he's like, that guy is driving me crazy. These are the quotes from the movie. That guy is driving me crazy. And he's like, Bob Barker comes and says, this guy sucks. This guy's calling him a jackass, right? And then he's like, you should be working in a snack bar. Why are you even on the PGA Tour? You're hearing all this stuff. It's like, then he's so stuck in his head that he has this ego. He's like, booyah, let me punch you in the face. He's like, the price is wrong, right? You guys, so now he's stuck in his head. Now he's projecting his ego and insecurities, all because he didn't ever get that extra coaching or that inspiration and get out of that cycle. It sounds weird, but it's a Hollywood lesson. I'm trying to tie it all together for you, okay? So bottom line is, during this push, for you guys that are working hard, look at your sample size. You've done on a low end of 0 to 1 appointments and a high end of 8. Many of you in this room said, Mike, I will do no less than 20 or 30 or 40 appointments over the course of this 2-week period. And right now your sample size is no more than 8. I got to ask you and invite you to make sure you are focusing on the process, not the prize, and you're consistently maintaining that inspiration and putting that into action right away every time you get inspired. Anytime you feel inspired, make 5 phone calls. Anytime you feel inspired, do some sort of activity. Listen to another motivational video. Listen to a skill set workshop like Josh was talking about. Send out 5 text messages to your friends to get their parents' number. Send out 10 Facebook messages to mom's friends to get appointments that way. Do some sort of action. And here's a thought for you. Coming back to my key staff meeting yesterday, make a list of all the actions you could take so you don't even have to think about what the actions are. You already have the list, and you say, what are all the actions I could take when I'm inspired? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do the activity right now? Document right now, what are all the potential activities that you could take while you're inspired. As soon as you're done with that, go make phone calls. Chelsea, you're in charge. Okay, I gotta have this Zoom, Mason, because I have a conference call started 6 minutes ago with Jeff Gamboa. So I appreciate you. Thanks for hot, and I will chat to you soon. All right.